round United Texas town. About to shack outside the game. You know what I'm talking about. Just let me know if you wanna go to that whole mile on the range. They got a lot of nice girls.
Hello, all those race fans out there in TV land. Welcome to Backseat Broadcasting. I'm your host, Eric Alkins. We're wrapping up week 4. We're already a third of the way done with the season 8 already. Can't even believe it. But here we are with our supercars, of course, Matthew Smotherman and the Holden up top. Currently, getting a little off track there and sliding through the final turn is Matthew Smotherman. Kevin San Diego just behind him there, running second fastest, first and second fastest in practice here. Matthew with some awkward driving here. Perhaps trying to let Kevin through. Anyways, welcome back, everybody. Make sure you hit that thumbs down button, unsubscribe, hit the bell an even number of times. Let's check out some of these race times that the guys are laying down here in practice. And it's a 1:19.6 from Matthew here. He's got a couple tenths on Kevin San Diego. He's just faster than Paul out there. And it's very difficult to put together an entire good lap with these cars because that's just the way that cookie rolls. But 1:19.6 is the best from Matthew out there at the moment. Got a couple late arrivals, and Kelly and Bryce will get them into it with us here in just a moment. So just taking a peek over to the race info at the moment. 82 degrees, nice and fresh out there for these guys. No wind to speak of, a little humid as you would expect from the great state of Georgia. We got 31% fuel limit out there this evening. That will give us 2 pit stops. We've seen some positions won and lost there in the pits already. We are actually not doing our 60-minute race. The Robo-Lords have taken pity on us all, and I don't want to see these guys, embarrass themselves for too long, so we're just doing the 40 minutes tonight. Let's actually run down those, I think it's just about the same, maybe. There we are for the Supercars. It's Matthew Smotherman up top, but he's got Richard Swindell's a good bit back, actually. Bjorn Benches in third place, Russell Elizondo just behind him, with Kevin San Diego here sitting in fifth. And that'll do it for the qualifying our practice session. We're getting right into our qualifying session with our nice little And I quite like watching Kevin in these supercars. It's really sort of brought a little bit of discipline to his driving, because he will really just chuck it around the track at speeds. You just have no idea how he's getting out there. I have no idea what's going on with those extra sort of numbers we got going on at the top. Goodness gracious, let's heavens, what's that doing there? This shouldn't even be on screen at all. Anyways, we see Kevin coming across for his first hot lap out here. Russell Elizondo. And I believe the podium from last week, Corey Mitchell, Matthew Smotherman, maybe John Miller, I think, must start from the pits. Maybe it was Kevin. Those 3 drivers got to start from the pits. Mark coming around T3 and going downhill now for his first hot lap out here. Kenny Teal. Maybe a little off track there from Kevin as he's sending it through the final chicane. And it was a little off track there. It's Kenny Teal actually. Where'd he go? Oh, he comes had to go back into the pits. Richard Swindells comes across the line first with 122.6 for the first benchmark. Does a 119.6 out of nowhere out there. Let's take a quick peek at the track info. It's 84 degrees. Not too different from what we were seeing. Great time there for him. tentative over the crest. You don't want to lose it there after you've done all of your hard work coming downhill. And that's going to see Jordan starting his lap tie, unable to do a clean one out there. Bjorn is on the board and third with 1:21.9. Richard Better is first lap. Russell Elizondo is on the grid for fourth. We're just about 5 minutes done with the qualifying session already. Here's Mark Bray having an off track, just a couple off tracks right at the end here. I hope everything's going okay with his connection out there. Jordan coming on to the back straight. And Kelly sets a time of 1:23.9. Just got to set a time to start with. Give yourself something to build. Ooh, and just keeping it on track there. Kevin Sandiego jumps up to fifth. I think he's going to be able to do a little bit better. Kenny Teal up to second place with 1:21.8. Then Jordan Musser out of nowhere, taking that spot away with a 1:20.6 in the Roush Racing Machine. Bryce Carter out here in one of the few Holdens we have. Bryce joins the back of the stack, which is all right. You just got to set a time sometimes. Mark not having his greatest lap. He didn't start it on the best foot. And Paul being your pole sitter at the moment with a 1:19.6. Jordan is back into the pits. He's currently going to line up next to him. Kenny sitting in third. And that's not going to cut it for him. He's got 3 minutes to go. And Richard not looking great. He's going to practice that pit lane entry. Maybe Mark's going to get it this time. He does. It's a 1:22.6, putting him up to 8th as he comes sliding across the finish line. It is the way to do it. With style, Kevin Sandiego. I don't know if he's going to have to start from the back or not, but he's gridded in 9th at the moment. Kelly is back in 10th. Coming downhill himself. Again, not going to cut it for Kenny to get onto the front row, but he will have the inside line on Richard Swindell's at least, and possibly Jordan Musser, depending on that green light start. Russell starting on the outside of the third row. He's had a bad lap. He's going to just turn it into some pit entry practice. And so will Kevin. And wow, just managing to squeak into the pit lane as he flies over the crest. And it seems everybody's going to give that option a go. At the end here, it's Matthew Smotherman. Comes around just getting a feel for the car. And perfect timing, and that'll just about do it for our qualifying session. Let's take a quick peek over at the grid. It was Paul Slavonic on pole position, followed by Jordan Musser on the front row. Then we got Kenny Teal in third, followed by Richard Swindells, Bjorn Benches, Russell Elizondo, Ty Johnson, Mark Bray, Kevin San Diego, and Kelly Greenhoe down in 10th. Then we got Bryce Carter, Matthew Smotherman, Doug Doucette, Corey Mitchell is going to have to start from the back. I think Doug might have a pit lane start for an infraction. Then John Miller and David Fendick at the back. "87 degrees on track. Pretty good way to go racing. And we're just about 30 seconds away from getting this train moving. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that thumbs down button. Hit the bell an even number of times. Quick reminder about the points before. Matthew Smotherman starting from the back. Richard Swindells starting on the second row. Bjorn starting on the third. Next to Russell Elizondo, as it turns out. Guys, we're missing our Kelly Greenhoe, Dan Fendick, and John Miller. Bjorn has managed to crash already, it says, so good for him. Very proud. The 12X drive-through penalty you got to think about. It says it's going to be picking up some damage early on. So it appears Doug is with us. He is just at the back, did not qualify. Corey, maybe Doug was a winner from last weekend, having to start from the back. Kenny also did not qualify for us. Seeing how detail, the level of detail they've done for the other cars compared to these ones is pretty comical. Don't know what style they're quite going for these days. And we're just about ready to go green as that pace car heads in. And we're off as Paul hits it, and the pack is not quite packed up at all. Jordan stays with him. Russell already. Sorry, Richard into third. Kevin Sandiego trying to move on Bjorn down the hill. Very brave there. And Bjorn's got Matthew Smotherman, the points leader, just behind him. Who outbrakes himself and gets a little wide. Corey Mitchell's going to try to get himself going through. Oh, as Matthews will spill it onto the outside. The points leader's almost dropping back to the back of the field. Corey and Bjorn having a all admin battle on track. And Corey pulls ahead. Right at the back, Doug Tissette and Bryce Carter going at it. Doug's going to take the inside here. Back up top, Paul Slavonic is going to take the lead around for the first lap. And we have, who is that? Ty Johnson on the back of Russell Elizondo. He's up quite a few places. Kenny Teal, I think he was supposed to grid in third place there, and he's just given it. Oh, as Paul has had an issue and gone off track, he's now sitting in third place. I have no idea what happened there. And oh, and maybe a corner cut there that needed to be bled off. Oh, and we've had some early incidents here as Doug just about saves that car from destruction. Oh, there's Matthew Smotherman having a big turnaround there. Really having a time out there despite his impressive practice times. And Bjorn getting a little, oh, he's come to a complete stop on the track. I don't exactly know what's going on here. And Kenny Teal has also had a crash. I do not know what's happening here. Oh, as he almost hits Bjorn? I don't exactly know what's happening here, as we have multiple cars parked on track at the same time. We weren't waiting for Matthew Smotherman in that moment. Very strange. Here is your leader at the moment, having an off track as the next lap came about, managing to hold on to it. Kelly Greenhoe at the back is going to have a spin and manage to keep it going. And here's Kevin Sandiego getting a great run on Russell. Corey Mitchell is behind them. Oh, and Kevin is just chucking it in there. Goodness gracious, he came from so far back. I thought he was never going to make it. Richard Swindells has Paul just on his bumper as they are battling for second place at the moment. Ty Johnson only a second off of those guys, and Kevin Sandiego already up to fifth. And just about 3 seconds off of the lead at the moment. And Bjorn managed to find drive again in that Holden and keep it moving. Richard Swindell's under all sorts of trouble, though, as they come down to Country Lesmo 1. Where the hell is Troy? That's why. Where is Troy? And he gets to drive his Mustang at his home race, and he doesn't show up. I feel like this would be a great race for him if he were able to make it. Kevin up to 5th here. Oh, Paul has made that move happen. I don't know how I missed it. Maybe y'all saw it, and I was blabbing. Ooh, and Ty getting a little wide there, and that's going to have Kevin up 5 positions. A little off track as he's really all about taking that grass just on the outside of the braking zone. And just running a great race. You can see his numbers lighting up in red every single time he gets a little off track there. He's actually got to be careful because, again, we do have a 12X drive-through, I do believe, but it is fun going through the pack again and again if you're able to, which it looks like he has the speed at the moment. Paul Slavonic right on the back of Jordan for the lead here. And a little tag on Jordan's rear right quarter panel. And they're going to keep going. Oh, and a big lock up there from Jordan is going to invite them to go side by side down the hill. Jordan's got to get out of that one. But Paul is going to be real compromised. Actually holds on to it fairly well. Jordan might have the better exit here. He doesn't. Wow. Paul getting all sorts of good drive out of these corners. Oh, and that was Kevin Sandiego. Oh, heavens, what happened to Richard Swindell's? Oh, that was very awkward as his left wheels just got off the track. He's got to take that first pit stop quite a bit early. And if he can even get there, as that Mustang is all banged up. Meanwhile, Kevin Sandiego having all sorts of weird exits, and there's Russell Elizondo getting turned around himself and all beat up. There's not a better place on track for it to happen as he's able to drive right into the pits. He really should be driving right into the pits. He's about to discover what it feels like driving these things with no rear wing. Mark Bray sees Russell Elizondo go, Richard Swindell's head into the pits. And what is going on with Kevin Sandiego here? He gets a big lockup there right at the end as he tries to trail brake through that corner. And a bit of that reckless driving, he gets a little out of shape there. And that's going to have Corey going into Russell, it looked like. Let's wind that one back. As they come across, and it looked like Russell had already started to lose it. And with Kevin re-entering the track from the left, there was nowhere for Corey to go. I had to slam on the brakes. Still made contact. And 10 minutes in, and everybody's got like 8X. Awesome. Good times. And it's opened up a couple gaps here, unfortunately. So Paul has taken over the lead. He's got 1.17 on Jordan. Then we see Ty Johnson, who's up 4 positions to take third. Kevin Sandiego hunting him down, though. Looks like Paul had a little off track there, but I think it's just how you have to drive these cars. And right on the limit there, you can see he was just barely making it around that curbing. He thought if he knew he could make it, but he pushed any further, would have been an incident. Corey Mitchell drifting it through the corner, and don't worry, it looks cool, man. And Ty Johnson still in third place. Kevin Sandiego 1.18 behind him. We'll see how that progresses in a moment. And Doug also going for a slide out there. And that's brought Bryce Carter a little bit closer to him. Matthew Smotherman, points leader here. Only up to 7th. He hasn't had the greatest time out there, but he will pick up good points at the moment. Let's see. He's going to still be getting 49 points from today. It's definitely not going to be another 0x race for him. I don't think we're going to have many 0x's this go around, not like last weekend. Paul comes across the line saying the fastest lap so far, 120.898. And Kevin's starting to turn the screw. And Ty Johnson having a bit of a lockup. And getting out of shape completely. Managing to keep hold of it though, but that is dropping the last Holden out of the podium positions. And we got 14 minutes on the board. Mark Bray coming in for his stop. Paul's going to go around another time. Mark's going to come out. Just a little bit down the road from him. Russell's still riding out there with no wing. Apparently doesn't need it. Still running in 6th place though. But Matthew is definitely closing on him. Only 1.2 off him now. Around another time goes Paul, Jordan, and Kevin. And Ty. Looks like, nope, Corey's staying out as well. How long they can do this for? I thought it was about 15, 16 minutes when we started seeing them come in. This will give us an excellent view here of Russell's car. It's gone. So that sees Matthew up to 5th place. And 18 minutes on the board, and these guys are still rolling. If they're going to be able to make this one a one-stop, or if they can get to 20 minutes. And Russell has finally decided that now is his time to come in and get that fixed up. And wow, they're actually going to make this a one-stopper. I wonder. No, I don't think the fuel levels were changed for the 60-minute. It's not like something happened quite like that. This isn't the incident I was looking for. I was looking for where Corey went off track. Oh, and he just goosed it just a little too hard there. That was that bash we heard just before Russell's spin. So we are halfway done with the race, plus a pace lap out there, so these guys should be fine. And into the pits finally comes Paul. And Doug is not having his best lap. Out of nowhere. There's an off track for him. And he finally gets that thing moving. And 22 seconds is what they're going for. Kevin with a little bit shorter of a stop there, really putting some pressure on Jordan. His pit entry was spot on. It really soaked up some of that time. And Kevin now just a little ways off of the lead, about 6 seconds. And the damage has been done, and there is Kevin up to second place. I think this whole podium winners plus the back to front, sorry, the podium winner starting from the back and the back to front challenge is really just adding some more enjoyment to this for Sir San Diego. Ty, maybe is he having to come in again? And somehow those 100s on Paul Slavonic's lead are just coming down non-stop. I've just been watching the relative battle box there. At this stage, it looks like he's losing a little bit of ground. At the very top end, almost everywhere else around the lap, he's gaining on him. He's now down to about 5 seconds. Ty Johnson's second pit stop there has promoted Matthew Smotherman, the point leader, up to 4th place. So getting to walk away with 58 points at the moment. Ooh. Bryce and Kevin having a little spicy moment there. And Bjorn is staying just ahead of Doug here. A little battle for the top 10. Oh, and Mark Bray looking a little damaged there. Ooh, as he gets a little loose and spins it into the wall. Jordan with a little off track as he tries to slow that thing down into T1. He gets bounced about. Royce Carter through T3 there, has to cut through the chicane. And Kevin's ability to cut through that lead seemed to halt for just a moment. That's a 120.9. It sounds like Bryce finally had a pit-worthy crash here, or maybe he just ended up parking it after that. And Russell so nearly thought that was his moment. Oof. as Richard gets real loose out there, he's going to lose that spot. And that traction zone is so important, and you finally feel like, okay, you've made the corner, I can get back on the skinny pedal, and yeah. Just want to get moving. And here we are in the final 10 minutes of our final race here at Road Atlanta. And Doug has had an issue here as he was following Bjorn. I was wondering what happened to him. And in that fateful traction zone, so it was, and there is Paul lapping even guys in the top 10. So difficult to just run a clean race around here. Save yourself all that time. Especially save yourself a second pit stop. Why not? Why not? Richard is coming in for another pit stop or just a drive-through. It looks like he might be stopping for some more fuel. Hopefully he deselected those tires out there. Down to 9th with that. I think some of these guys that weren't able to wait and conserve fuel until that 20-minute mark will have to come in again. Maybe Richard was just doing that preemptively. He's now got Bjorn just ahead of him. He does want to get around him. So Corey started from the back, 5th place. Not a bad result. Making 55 championship points today. Jordan not running especially fast at times at the moment. Just struggling for some late grip here. I'm sure everybody is. But Matthew has really been closing a little bit. Perhaps not quite close close enough to make it count here as Richard Swindell is trying to get past Bjorn. And still giving each other a lot of respect and space. And that was about 4 or 5 corners in a row that we saw them go side by side, and that has allowed Kevin Sandiego a lapping car to close up. And that's going to be a bummer for Richard as he loses a bunch of time there, about 2 seconds after failing to make that move happen. He should put those elbows out a little bit more. Able to get rid of Kevin. Perhaps an optimal moment, maybe not at all, because Kevin gets really loose on the exit. And only 4 minutes left to go here at Atlanta. Paul Stefanik has a nice lead. Oh, and there's Kevin Sandiego. Just cutting the entire chicane. A big problem about it, and still pretty much pops out in the exact same spot. So here's Kevin Sandiego, just a little wobble there, a couple little wobbles trying to catch Bjorn in the braking zone. Tires weren't having it at this point though. That last lap was a second faster for Matthew, but I don't think he's gonna have enough time to catch him at that rate. He's gonna need a mistake from Jordan to put a holding up there for us. Under 5 seconds now. 3 minutes to race. He's really got to put on some magic there. For giving up that position to Kevin so easily. Is Kevin not able to close on Bjorn? Just 2 and a bit to go. Corey taking it very easy around here. So is Paul. And there is Bjorn in for that second additional pit stop, as we thought a few people might have to. Just under 2 minutes to go, just couldn't make it. And now Richard is up to 8th. Although he gridded in 4th position, was automatically put up to 3rd as Kenny didn't grid. Sure, 8th place is not where he wants to be at the moment. And just enough time for one more lap with Paul Stefanik to bring it home here. Matthew Smotherman taking that gap to about 2.5 seconds here. Really pushing it in this final lap. As you can just see Jordan in the distance. He's going to keep Jordan honest for this final lap, if nothing else. Here's Mark Bray, who's caught up to Doug Doucette. happens. Bjorn is just behind them in 11th, trying to get into the top 10 after his most recent pit stop. Mark on a very odd line there, but able to find some traction. And into the braking zone. Mark unable to do anything about it. Can he get alongside Doug? To think about for the final turn. He cannot. He can just hardly keep it on track, and there is Bjorn to soak up that 10th position, and he's going to grab it right at the death on the final turn as Doug put it into the wall right at the end. Here is your race winner and Paul Savanik, and podium finishers in Kevin San Diego and Jordan Musser. Running down those results, we got Paul Savanik winning the race. Kevin San Diego coming in second from the back of the field. Jordan Musser finishing in third. Matthew Smotherman was followed by Corey Mitchell, Russell Elizondo, Ty Johnson, Richard Swindells. Bjorn Benches actually in ninth, and Mark Bray does finish in the top 10 apparently. Doug Doucette is in 11th. Bryce Carter is followed by Kelly Greenhoe, and I think those neither Bryce nor Kelly were able to finish, so Doug was last place there in 11th. Congratulations to everyone able to finish this race. Pretty good job out there. Let's run down those points, but before we do, please remember to hit that thumbs down button, unsubscribe, hit that bell an even number of times. Matthew Smotherman retains his crown for the time being. Richard Swindells keeps the pressure on, though. Kevin San Diego up a couple spots with that second place finish. Bjorn slipping down a spot. So the top 10 all into triple digits at the moment. Just 4 races, and let's take a peek. Where are we going for number 5? We're gonna have to wait for this long-ass ticker to get all the way to week 5. Because I'm curious. I want to know. I want to know things. Doug Doucette there, blowing his engine, doing donuts. Ty Johnson down here in 7th, where he gridded. Can't be too bad of a result for him. Russell is exploring the pit lane. Entrance, I was about to say there's a new track out there. Week 3. Glenn, I cannot wait. That will be a good one. We're doing the full boot too. You better believe it. So make sure you join us at Watkins Glen on Sunday. I will be looking forward to that one with Miatas. It always delivers. As always, I assume that you have hit that thumbs down button. I've told you enough times this go round. We will see you all on Sunday. Take it easy, everybody.